Hello everyone and welcome to another FXCentrum trade idea for the day. For today I decided to cover gold market and I see potential for the further downside movement, so this will be a sell trade idea for the gold market. Now I will go for the reasons behind the sell trade idea and let's start and let's dive into this. So what we have here is hourly time frame gold market. And I just want to mention a couple of things here. So first, let's start with what happened yesterday. So yesterday we have a downside momentum, and actually RSI, and this is the hourly time frame again, did hit towards the 25 mark. So we had a momentum low. We pushed for the lower Bollinger Band, and this is a serious sign of the strong downside momentum. Now, usually it's a very normal after a strong pulsing move that we have a reaction, counter reaction, which we call correction, and this seems like that is part of correction. So what is happening in the last, let's say, 10 to 12 hours is the part of, from my perspective, correction. So here we can see that RSI is still sitting around the 50, and slow moving average of RSI is also there holding around 44.40. So clearly, based on hourly time frame and the 4-hour time frame, which is a higher time frame, we have a downside environment. So we're looking for the downside and the rallies. So we have here area, we have a previous swing high. This was the morning high, and seems like market is struggling to go beyond that. We also have the downsloping the 40 and the 50-day moving average here. So from my view, protective stop around, like I said, 4,061. So we can give some more room for the market to eventually go a little bit higher before moving down. This also can react from here and then start moving down. So we'll definitely not like to see all the way up and take those highs in this range back, because this might be the shift in the trend dynamic in those lower time frames, like the short mid-term time frames. So that's the idea behind. We're in a downtrend and we want to see the spot where we can eventually sell on the rally. So I think this is a very decent area. And on another side, if we check the risk to reward for the market to just retest the previous swing lows on this time frame, let's just take this horizontal line here. So even the market just to retest this, we have like a 1.5 times bigger reward versus initial risk, which is a pretty decent just for the market to retest this low again. So, but this is just for a to just position or so. From my view, I think the main downside objective around 3,940 to be almost 3 times bigger reward versus initial risk, and then 3,890 to 3,900 mark, which is almost 4.5 times bigger reward versus initial risk. I think this is a great potential to play for that new and downside swing, potential new push momentum down, and we will see how that will go. Fresh new momentum down from yesterday and reaction overnight during the Asia session, and we can see going into the US session we might see rotation back in momentum to resume, and this downside trend to resume. So that's the idea behind. We'll see how that will go. Also, just want to mention IRD on the spot crude oil is going phenomenal. So I gave like 2 buy trade ideas. One was around this area here, and one was here. And actually both our objectives being hit. We had this objective around 80 mark or so. We just hit that like a couple of hours ago. And also we have a secondary upside objective into this gap towards the 84.50 and 85 plus. So strong performance here. So we nailed this. Was a one entry here, another one entry here. Look very well with a relative tight stop. Okay, so this is what we're aiming for, and relatively tight risk and potential for massive reward. Okay, so again, buy trade idea, sell trade idea on the gold market, with a downside objective is 3,985 and 3,940. Feel free to start, and with the prop firm challenge and check more about this. We have a link in the description video to check about FXCentrum prop firm challenges, and you can use this promo code here to have 20% off for any platform challenge. Also, leave a comment below. We really appreciate that, to make that a more ongoing discussion, and so we really appreciate that. And subscribe to our channel. That'll be all from my side and from my FXCentrum team for today. Have a good rest of the day and speak to you soon.